So far, we were just in another meeting, jumping here, have some issues with the internet. With this, I'll hand it over to distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta to take it forward and walk us through the Toastmasters promise, the Toastmasters website, the Gabbys way, and all of it. Over to you, DTM Sourav.
Can you hear me? Can you see me? Okay, good. So let's get started with the session. Today we have 2 hours of time. Sounds like a lot of time, but it's actually not so much of time. When we start, you'll realize that we'll actually may fall short of time. So if there are certain things that we are not able to cover today, we can have always a follow-up discussion. So don't worry about that. So let's quickly jump into the session. So let's start with Toastmasters. What is Toastmasters? We already know a little bit about it. Toastmasters International is a platform, which is a 100-year-old platform. It's an organization, it's a non-profit organization. This was started in 1924 as one single club in California, in USA. And after that, it kind of grew into many more clubs. And over the years, there were almost almost at one point of time 16,000 clubs during the COVID. Like every other organization in the world, we also got hit a little bit. So the numbers reduced a little bit, and it's now close to around 15,500 clubs across the world. But again, the good news is that every district is seeing a growth now. So we are expecting we'll be back to 16,000 by this year, and probably will cross that by next year. So Toastmaster, there are close to around 300,000 members across the world, and we are present in almost every country in the world except for a few countries like North America, North Korea, and Afghanistan, a couple of those countries, which are Syria and so on. But apart from that, most of the countries, there is at least one Toastmaster club. In many countries like India and US, there are hundreds of Toastmaster clubs. This Toastmaster organization is divided into 14 different regions. These regions are geographic regions. Like, for example, region 13, which we are a part of, comprises of India, South Asia, and some of the countries in Southeast Asia. These regions are then divided into districts. These districts are again geographical districts. Like, for example, District 92 that we are a part of is predominantly Karnataka, and a major part of Bangalore. Some part of Bangalore and Kerala comes under District 121. Similarly, there is District 124, District 98. District 98 is more of the, the west of India. So Bombay, Maharashtra, they all come under District 98. District 41 is the east and north of India. So Delhi, Punjab, and all of that comes under District 41. And that's how this is structured. Under the districts, there are divisions. So each district makes its own arrangement of the number of divisions that they want to have. At District 92, we have 8 divisions. Divisions A to H, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So this is how we call the divisions. So division B is what we are part of. And within the divisions, there are areas. So again, how many areas will be there under a division is something that the division and the district decides. So in our case, we have got 4 areas. And that's how we say, the Gabbys is the part of area B1, means we are a part of division B, area 1. When we say the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club is a part of area B4, it means we are a part of division B, area 4. When we say the Gabbys International Toastmasters Club is a part of area B3, it means that we are a part of division B, area 3. So that's how we do it. Every area has got an area director whose responsibility is to serve all the clubs that comes under that particular area. So in the Gabbys, we have a bunch of area directors. One is Toastmaster Priyanka Ranore. She's an area director for area B4, under which we have the Gabbys Online Toastmaster Club. The other area director we have is Toastmaster Paduka Kannan, who is the area director of area B1. So both Paduka and Priyanka are a member of our club. So Paduka is a member of the Gabbys, and the Gabbys is a part of area B1. Priyanka is a member of the Gabbys Online, and Priyanka is a member of the Gabbys Online Toastmaster Club. The Gabbys International Toastmaster Club comes under Area B3. The area director for that is Toastmaster Satrajit Kar. He is not a member of the Gabbys. Apart from that, we have got two more area directors in our club, which is one of them is Toastmaster Aparna Raja and Toastmaster Dhwani Adesara. They are area directors in other areas across the world. So Dhwani and Aparna, they are area directors in two areas in United States. Then the division is headed by a division director. DTM Nagesh is the division director of Division B. So he is the person who services all the areas and all the clubs falling under those areas in Division B. So this is roughly what we need to understand. And then the district has a head who is called the district director. We have a past district director. She was the district director of district, I think district 123, Canada. That is DTM Iona Rodrigues. She was the past district director of district 123 in Canada. And a district typically has close to 150, 160 clubs. So that's how the Toastmaster organization is structured. This is not something that you will need for a day-to-day basis. So this is not a must-know information. It's a good-to-know information. It mostly comes handy to understand when people are talking about such things. When someone says, welcome to Area B3 conference, etc., etc. What is Area B3? Area B3 is the Area 3, Division B. That's it. Any questions till now on the organizational structure? How do you become an area director? How do you become a division director? You have to be a club officer before to become area director or a division director. Why do we become an area director or division director? One is our passion to serve. We want to serve the leadership for the same reason why we become a club officer, right? So there is no extra benefits for being a club officer. We don't get any discounts on membership, or we don't get anything extra in terms of freebies and all. But we still become a club officer because we love to serve the club members. Similarly, the district officers love to serve the fellow Toastmasters, hence they take the district officer role. When you successfully serve for 1 year, the district officer's term is for 1 year. When you successfully serve for 1 year, you get a credit. And this credit is one of the many credits that you need to become a distinguished Toastmaster. So because a lot of people have this in your mind, let me quickly get this out of your way. What is a distinguished Toastmaster? You keep on hearing in the Toastmaster meetings, right? That this person is a distinguished Toastmaster, this person is a Toastmaster. So what did we do distinguished? So a distinguished Toastmaster is a title that you get if you fulfill certain conditions. One of that is that you have to serve as a district officer at least for 1 year. Number one. Number two, you have to serve as a club officer for at least 1 year. Any club officer role. Apart from that, you have to complete at least 2 different paths in Toastmaster pathways. Then you have to be a club sponsor or a club mentor, or you have to be a club coach. Sorry, a club sponsor or a speechcraft coordinator, or you have to be, so that's one condition. And you have to be a club mentor or a club coach. And apart from that, you'll also have to complete a DTM project. A DTM project is a large project that we take. Like for example, in my case, the DTM project that I did is this one, the mentorship system that we have built at the Gabbys, right? The multi-level mentorship program, where we have got mentors of mentors of mentors, and the way we have created the tiered mentoring program, which helps us excel in the mentoring journey. So that is what was a part of my DTM project. Several people have several different kind of DTM projects, and that is how we generally structure this entire thing. So as I said, the district officer gives you credit, and that's how you gives you one of the credit, and that's how you become a DTM. So anyone has any question around DTMs? So people who have served this, they're called distinguished Toastmasters. You can get the distinguished Toastmaster awards as many times as you fulfill all these conditions again. So like I fulfilled this condition 2 times, all the conditions 2 times. So I got 2 distinguished Toastmaster awards. So that's why they say that this person is a double DTM, and there are people who are triple DTM, penta DTM, which means that they have got 5 distinguished Toastmaster awards, 3 distinguished Toastmaster awards, like that. So what is a club mentor? What is a club sponsor? What is a club coach? That's a discussion we will keep for another day, because that is not something that you will need immediately. And definitely we can't cover everything in the 2 hours. I don't want to miss out on those things which you need now for things that you will need tomorrow. But if any of you are really interested in knowing the nitty-gritties about it, then please feel free to reach out to me one-on-one. I will definitely help you in understanding that. Okay, so we'll park this here. I wanted to address this because a lot of people, have this in mind, that why are certain people called DTMs, why are certain people called TMs. So I hope now you have got some clarity about it. One more thing, because this group has a lot of coaches and trainers, I would want to bring this to your attention. Apart from Distinguished Toastmaster, there is another very interesting program that could be of interest to you, which is the Accredited Speakers Program. An accredited speaker in Toastmaster is someone who has an accredited speaker badge from Toastmaster. There are only some 20 accredited speakers across the world currently. Only 20 out of the 3 lakh members that we have. Only 20 are accredited speakers, and these people have to meet certain conditions. One of the condition is that 25 speeches you have to give outside of Toastmasters. Out of these 25 speeches, at least 18 speeches, I think 18 or 17 speeches. How many speeches have to be paid? 15 have to be paid assignments. So these speeches have to be paid assignments. And these speeches cannot be given in an organization that you are working in. For instance, if you are a college professor, then speeches that you give in the college, even though you are paid for it, you cannot get an accredited speaker title based on that achievement. It has to be speeches outside of your regular workplace, unless and until you are a self-employed person or you have your own company. Like, for example, if you're an independent consultant or independent coach or a freelance trainer, then the paid assignments that you do outside will count. So how does an AAS tag help you? It helps you because you're listed as an accredited speaker on Toastmaster website. So organizations world over, they reach out to Toastmasters for keynote speakers, professional keynote speakers, right? And Toastmaster recommends them and directs them to the Toastmaster accredited speakers page and tells them to select people based on the area of expertise that they're looking for. So that's how the accredited speakers program works. Any questions from anyone on this? Yes, Gauri.
So any limit on the number of participants that should be there for the speeches?
There is no limit to the number of participants. In fact, they always invite more and more people. But trust me, the criteria is very hard to fulfill. 25, it looks very easy, but minimum, not maximum. There is no maximum. So what Nancy is saying is there has to be a minimum of 20 participants in the session. Are you saying how many limit of the people in the session?
Yeah.
Any limit in the number of participants in the session that you are conducting? Yes. A minimum of 20. Yeah. A minimum of 20, but maximum there is no limit. So the session that you are conducting should be at least of 40 minutes duration, and there has to be not, no, it can be more than 60, but the video has to be that. So it has to be a minimum of 40-minute session, and there has to be a minimum of 20 participants in that session.
And they would want the recording of the full speeches?
No, not for all. You have to send a few sample recordings. Those recordings have to be between 20 minutes to 60 minutes. And you would also have to share the referrals of 4 different organizations that have paid you for your speeches, and 5 different organizations. So then that is how they will verify, they will validate. Now, understand one thing. This is a qualifying criteria. This is not an automated criteria. So this qualifies you. This does not mean that you will become an accredited speaker if you give this. This means you can apply for this if you can fulfill this condition. If you don't fulfill this condition, you can't even apply. Apart from this, there are other conditions also, like you have to complete 2 paths and so on. But apart from that, there is a board that will do your selection. So once you send these speeches, the board will do the selection based on the referral check that they will do. They will also conduct an interview for you, and they will see whether you are qualified of it to be an accredited speaker. This is for the AS1 tag. When you become an accredited speaker level 1, then you will have to prepare a speech and you will have to present that at the World Conference, for which you have to travel to the United States at your own expense. And you have to present the speech there for the accredited speaker level 2. So apart from this, the accredited speaker, there's an application fee of $1,000, $1,000, right? There's an application fee of $1,000 which you will need to pay for any of the AS title. Still, a lot of people apply for this for the very simple reason that this is totally worth it. There are people who have become professional speakers like Cheryl Rausch and so many are there, across the world, who have actually been making a living running companies and being professional public speaking coaches for 20 years, 30 years, and whatnot. And these are all accredited speakers. So, to people who feel that Toastmasters cannot be a source of earning for you, so this is the answer to your question. If you're serious about it, if you're really investing, and none of us are there nearby yet, at least not me, and we still have a long way to go. So, you understand that despite putting in so many hours of effort that we do at Toastmasters, we are still quite a bit distance away from that tag, right? So it is not something which is aspirational for all of us, but definitely not something that's very easy to get, but that's what the try. That's for sure. Okay, any other questions? Jasprit, you raised your hands a couple of times, so I'll take the question.
So my question was, you're saying 25 speeches. So is there any time frame to that? Like starting from
Yes.
now? Pardon?
Sorry, I was hungry. I just got some snacks. Okay, so it's 3 years. 3 years from the time you had applied.
Okay.
So, for example, if you're applying in 2024, any speeches that happens from 2021 January will count.
Okay. But then we need to have recordings for that.
You need to have references.
Acha.
See, it is not like you have to prove that you have done the 25 speeches, but they will do their own validations. How they will do the validation, we don't know, but they do their own validation. You'll have to give the details. Where did you do it? For whom did you do it, etc. And you'll have to give the contacts of at least 4 people who have paid for your speeches. Out of the 25, at least 4 you have to give.
Okay.
Okay. So 2 interesting things, not so relevant for your journey, your journey out of the way. Now let's get to the more boring stuff, which you will need on a day-to-day basis. Okay. Toastmaster has got 4 core values. Can anyone help me understand what are those? Integrity, service, integrity, respect, service, and excellence, in that order. Integrity, respect, service, and excellence. I request all of you to understand this very seriously, because at the Gabbys, we do take it very seriously. We have in the past suspended members, barred members, banned members, refused to give members, the right to renew, have escalated against district officers, have done everything that we need to do to ensure that we uphold the values. Integrity in particular, we take very seriously at the Gabbys. So some of the things that we do at the Gabbys, which will come a little later, you will understand we do that because of the integrity bit. Second is respect. We don't take it lightly at all if anyone ridicules anyone. When we say that the Gabbys provides a psychological safety net, we mean it, and we mean it like anything. So if you find anyone is actually putting you down, I'll give you one example. There was someone, a guest, who came into a meeting, and that person that person actually reached out to one of our members with some comments. While the comments may or may not have been valid, that's always debatable. But the way the comments were given to the member was definitely not very respectful. So the ExCom has taken a decision to bar that member forever from the Gabbys Toastmasters Club, and you don't see that person coming in as a guest ever again. And there are many such instances where we have barred members from the Gabbys meetings forever because they fail to show respect. Similarly, for club members as well, if any club member is failing to show respect. So we have zero tolerance towards any kind of sexual harassment, any kind of harassment for that matter. So private messages by anyone for random good morning, good evening, can I have your number, happy new year, you're looking cute, you're looking beautiful, all those nonsense, if it comes. So you have a chief security officer unofficially in the club, which is me. Please send a PM to me and I will take care of that process of that person duly. Okay. So this has been the process that we have followed for years. Please understand, all the women members of the club, particularly, I'm saying, Toastmaster is a microcosm of the world. We don't have a naturally purifying mechanism where people who are otherwise outside suddenly become good coming to Toastmasters. So the problems that you will face outside, you are likely to face in Toastmasters also. But within the Gabbys, we have a very strong mechanism to ensure that this problem, if you face, we will immediately take care of it and we will ensure you never face it again. So give us that opportunity. Do not, kind of keep it to yourself and then just slide away from the system because, you feel, okay, I'm getting harassed or I'm getting tortured or someone is trying to stop me and all that. Please do let us know. We will immediately take action. And I promise you that last 3 years, not a single such instance has got unpunished. And so it will be for the next as many years that we are there in the system. Next is service, that every Toastmaster officer particularly takes very great cognizance of it, and we expect all the members to also take cognizance of it. If you would have seen, all the Gs and all the guests appreciate the Gabbys meeting quality, the work that we do before the meeting. You yourself have appreciated that how much the speech craft coordinators and how much everyone has come forward and helped you. That is because of the service mentality. See, in Toastmasters, we have a safety net. We allow you to fail. That doesn't mean that we allow you to screw it up for nothing, right? And for instance, you taking a role of a teammate and not being able to do it properly, perfectly okay. We will teach you. You taking a role of a teammate and not turning up, absolutely unacceptable. We will not take it lightly. So when we say that it's a psychological safety net, it is for you to take it seriously, try and fail. Absolutely there with you. But just because there's a psychological safety net, if you take that for granted, and if you say, okay, fine, kya hi kar lenge ye log, so then that's true. I mean, there's no monetary fine or anything like that. But definitely, we will not want you to be a part of the club going forward. So we will ensure that you are not a part of the system. Absolutely, you will lose nothing, but we too also lose nothing. I'm telling this to you because I want to set the expectations very straight in how we operate at the Gabbys so that there is no confusion that, I can take a role and I can just drop it off. I can just say, I'm not feeling well. I'm not feeling like waking up. There have been such people, very rare, because they found that they don't have much encouragement here. So they left promptly or we kicked them out promptly. And this is where we would want to draw a line that if you are taking a role, you please ensure that you at least take that with seriousness. So if you're a Toastmaster of the day, you are expected to read the introductions. They say it takes a lot of pain to put all the introductions together and give it to you. Your job is to just read the introduction. So for example, if I come on the call and say, so our table topic master for today is Priyamvada. I don't know if I got your name right. If I say it like this, how will she feel? She'll not feel good, right? Right. Or if I come on the call and say our table topic master for today is Gauri Agrawal. She's not Agrawal, she's Agarwal. So I need to do that serious preparation before I come to take that call, take that role, right? So that is something that we expect from everyone. Understand the pronunciation, know what you need to do. Same for the table topic master, same for the general evaluator. And that is why a briefing is done by the VP. Next comes excellence, and that is also a rider for this, that whatever we do it to the best of our ability. We may not still win, which is fine. We may not win a speech contest, but we will give our best for the speech contest. That is the spirit of Toastmasters, and that is the spirit of the Gabbys. So are we clear about this? Okay. Let us now quickly move into the Toastmasters website. How many of you are logged in from your system? All of you? Anyone who's here from the mobile? No, right? Okay. So in that case, you can quickly also, as I share, you also please ensure that you are getting into it. 1 second. I have this bad habit of sharing my WhatsApp whenever I share my screen. So if you see something you should not see, please quickly close your eyes. So let's move on to the Toastmasters website. So the toastmasters.org, this is your website. You come here, you go to logins. Right? So here you will find the login. You log in here. If you forget, just put forgot password and you can just reset your password. It's a very easy process. We are good at many things. Website is not one of them. So the website is a little slow.
This is the Toastmasters website that we are seeing.
This is the Toastmasters website that
So
you're.
have we got the details for this? Means the login ID
Absolutely, you have.
in the
So
mail?
in the mail, if you have not got it, use your email ID, the login email ID that has been shared with you. And if you don't know your login email ID, please let Nagesh or me or Nancy know. We will share the login email ID with you. You can use that login email ID and use that option of forgot password. So you will immediately get the the password reset link on your email. You can use that and you can reset your password.
Because I don't think I've received a mail regarding this.
That's okay. You can it sometimes goes to spam, but that's not a problem. And if you have not received it, you can still use the forgot password and access this. Now, when you log into the system, yeah, Gauri,
No, sorry, I
allow
just
me
want
to eat some. I'm very
just
hungry.
it's the same password as the speech crafter one.
No, it's not.
It's the same
You
for
have to
me,
set it up.
but I didn't set up. I just entered the same one and it's working.
Then it's working for you. And sometimes it may not work. So as I said, we are good at many things. Our website is definitely not one of them. It behaves with funny ways at times. Sometimes it asks for extra payments. Sometimes it asks for no payments. So it keeps on doing. And every time they do a system upgrade, we are extremely scared because that means a new bug that will come into the system now. Right? And they keep on doing the system upgrade time and again. So public speakers are bad at IT. That's something that I understood in the last 3 years. So coming to this one, this is the page that you will see. How do you reach this page? When you go here, welcome Sourav, go to my home, and you will get to see this page. This is a page that you need to visit most often to get the details that you need. So what does this page have? Go to Basecamp. What is Basecamp? I'll come in a short while. Learning Hub, Achievement Board, Club Central, Club Officer Roles, Club Officer Tutorials, Meeting Tools, Leader Letter, and Distinguished Performance Reports. Udly, How to Renew. Okay. So out of these, you don't need everything right now. And so we will not. 1 second. Gauri has raised her hand. Gauri, 2 minutes. I'll just finish this and then I'll take your question. Gauri? I'll just finish this and then I'll take your question.
Sure.
Okay. So here, if you will not see the Club Central on your page because you are not a club officer. If we log in through Nagesh's account, we will see another tab here, which is the District Central, which is only for the district officers. This is only for the club officers. As members, you don't get to see this. But you will see the rest of it. The Go to Basecamp, Learning Hub, Achievement Board, and so on. So Achievement Board, I'll start with. The Achievement Board is the various education awards that you have won, the offices that you have held, what are the individual sponsorship history, the additional roles, and the club support history. So I don't want to go into each of these, and it will look a bit like bragging, but all of these things are here. Whatever is there, all this listed here, the awards and all. You can click here. When you get the awards, it will appear. Okay, let me quickly show this. Okay, I'm not bragging. Okay, I'm just showing it to you what it will look like. Okay, so these are the awards that I've got, the education awards. There are, how many, I don't know. There are quite a few. Huh? Zameen. And you again go back here. So officers held, these are the various club officer roles that you people we have had. So again, there are quite a few, 22 officers roles. And then again, you go back. These are the individual sponsorship history. When we add a new member, we record that here. We add one of you as a sponsor. So if you are introducing someone, so there are some 42 people that I have introduced to Toastmasters. And if you are introducing anyone to Toastmaster, then we add you as an individual sponsor. What do you get as an individual sponsor? After 5 members that you sponsor, you get a pin. You get after 10, you get another pin. After 15 members, you get another pin. What do you do with those pins? I really don't know, but then you get that. So then the club support history are the club sponsor, club mentor, club coach roles that you have played. What are these roles? As I said, that I will help you understand later. So that's typically the the achievements, the achievement board. So basically, when someone says that, show me your Toastmaster awards, what did you get? This is where you need to go to. Sometimes you need to submit this for contests. People may ask to verify whether you have got a certain level or got a certain number of education awards. So Gauri, any question? You had a question, right? You raised your hand.
So when I've logged in and I've gone to my home, this go to camp and all this is not showing. Only the pathway is showing for me.
There's a reason for that, which is you have not selected your path yet. And that's what we're going to do today. Yay. So let's stay put. Okay. One more interesting thing before we move on to a lot of non-interesting things. So there is something called a meeting tools. So this is a meeting tool, which I love this. No one uses it. At the Gabbys, we love our PPTs and Excel. But these are good tools. If you're taking any of these roles like timer, accounter, grammarian, you can use these tools. So in the accounter, you can see the script here. The accounter script is right here. And then you can actually record the accounter meetings. You can select your club, and then you can select the members that you are counting the hour for. For example, let's select Sourav Dutta, the person who uses the maximum number of hours and arms, and you can keep on adding here, right? And this, and then you do view report, and then save, and then you can see the report. Yeah, Sourav Dutta, R13, but 10. Clear? So this is how you do it. Then the grammarian role, again, the same thing. You come here, the script is here, today's date, the word of the day, you can put here, select the member, use the word of the day, did not use the word of the day, and the comments that you want to put, you can put it over here. In terms of so many good usages, bad usages, etc., can be captured here. Similarly, for the timer, if you're playing a timer role, you can come here and you can select the club, the member, what is the speech type, and then you can use this to view the time that you need to do. It is not activated because I have not selected the member and other details here. So this is one very interesting the thing that we don't make good use of, but this is something that you can consider using. Another interesting thing, it's an AI generated thing, which is Udly. This is your speech practice place. This is where you practice your Toastmaster speeches or table topic speeches. So if you come here, so there are, you can practice this, practice table topics, for instance. You got it. So this camera is not showing because my Zoom camera is already on. Otherwise, it's now showing. Can you see me on my screen? Right. So this is how it will show. And then I can start speaking. What's your favorite dish? My favorite dish is a pastry that is right now in front of me. I'm not able to have it because all of you will see I'm having the pastry. I don't know if you love that particular flavor. I don't even know if I love that particular flavor, but they gave two pastries. There are other two people in the room have already stolen and eaten it. They have left the least attractive one for me. And now they're eyeing that. They're telling me that it's against the meeting etiquette to have a pastry while you're having a meeting. So even though my favorite dish is a pastry, I still can't have a pastry because I'm in a meeting and in a meeting with image consultants and etiquette coaches. So it's even more risky because they will go back and say that Sourav doesn't have meeting etiquettes. He eats pastries because it's his favorite dish during the meeting. And that is not something he should be doing. So that's something that I'm trying to learn how to resist the temptation of having your favorite dish, even though it's in front of you. And I'm trying to learn it the hard way by trying to keep a pastry in front of me in a Toastmasters meeting and not eating it. So that's it. Thank you. So now I see the analysis. You crushed it. So these are the kind of encouraging words that they will tell you. So, so then this will analyze and tell you what did you do well. So see, my favorite dish is a pastry. They've least the least attractive ones here. Okay. Analytics. Nice job. It's natural to see less than 4% fillers. Non-inclusive words were not there. Non-inclusive words are words like which are sexist, which are not gender neutral. Weak words. There are 4 weak words. There are 3 so's and 1 sort of. and conciseness. There is the 26% excess. We can reduce it and make it less excess, because in table topics, we sometimes have the temptation of speaking more than what's required. So this will do an analysis of that. One more interesting way of looking at this is you can watch your pronunciation. So if your pronunciation is good, you will see your transcript being almost close or almost the same as what you have spoken. If your pronunciation has an issue, then you will see that the transcript is not what you have spoken, right? So for example, they gave 2 pastries, but there is something called tip that I put here, which means that clearly I mispronounced something, whatever I said here. So that's how you can see how much are you how much are you pronouncing accurately. I'm sorry. Okay, so that is the Udly tool. Udly you can use for a lot of other fun things. I can do one session on Udly separately. I will not do all of it today because I love this. There are some games that you can play on Udly, that the Metaphor Mania, Spin a Yarn, No Filler, Storyteller. Try this. These are very good practice sessions that you can do on your own without any assistance, and this really helps you become a good speaker. So Udly is something that I would highly recommend to everyone. And it's a wonderful tool. It's actually a pretty expensive price tool, but Toastmaster has a collaboration with Udly, so you get it for free. Udly is a US startup which is in the AI space of speech recognition and speech therapy. I'll come to the distinguished performance reports in a while. Now, before we go to the base camp, let me quickly now switch gears and tell you how to select your path. Okay. So why don't one of you share your screen? Nancy is saying I can ask one of you to share your screen so that you know how to navigate. Gauri, will you share your screen? You have any question before that, anyone? Whatever I have covered till now? I am having the pastry now, okay?
I need the access.
The
The access.
It's given.
It's given. There was a pineapple pastry someone took it.
Is it visible?
Yeah, it is visible. So choose free path. Let's start that. Click on that. Wait. Huh? Don't choose anything because you will not get to choose that again. So select your path. Digital resources, English, go down. How would you like to select your learning path? View all path options. Now continue. Okay. Now each of the paths are here. Now I will give you a little bit of gyan on the various paths. So go down. Okay, notice one thing. First of all, before I give you the gyan on the various paths, I want you to pay attention to something that's written here. Some of these paths are being discontinued after the first half of 2024. So it says that the strategic relationship path will no longer be available for purchase starting in the first half of 2024. So therefore, I would recommend not to take these paths because they are actually making some changes in the pathways. They're discontinuing these paths. So the path options that are available are the ones where you don't have this warning, which is go up now. Dynamic leadership, persuasive influence. None of these three. Go down. Presentation mastery, visionary communication, engaging humor, motivational strategies, right? So the first method that you will use is a test. Go back to the preferences. Go back to preferences, click on that. Yeah. Select your language again. Select this one. Take an assessment. Take an assessment. No. Here. Click there. Continue. So it will now ask you certain questions. Start.
Skip or start?
Start. Everyone, please do it on your screen as well. Harsh, Priyambada, Yogita. Read the questions and answer them. Answer it, Gauri. Keep taking the test. Yeah. This is your test. You will have to give the answers, whatever you feel about it.
Not my communication.
No one else is doing it. You're doing, right? Yeah, Priyambada, tell me.
Sir, actually, I was in IMSUC Speaker Genesis, so I already had my path team collaboration. Is it going to be discontinued?
If you have already got the path before, then it will not be discontinued. You will still get it, but then you will not get the support, any kind of support on that. You don't need any support. Any support you need, we will provide in the guidance. You don't need any support from PI, so that is my problem. When you're trying to buy a new path, then it is recommended you don't buy one of these paths. But any existing paths, you can continue on that. I think that is only relevant for Priyambada because she's a returning Toastmaster. While you do that, in the meanwhile, I'll pull up something. So you will not select the path based on that. You will just find what this test is saying. Okay, you're not going to select the path. The paths that are getting discontinued, पर उसका list बना देना मुझे. हाँ, मुझे WhatsApp पे भेज दो. ये Zoom chat. चलेगा. ठीक है, चलेगा. So, if you see, innovative planning is recommended for you, leadership development is recommended for you, and presentation mastery. Out of these two parts, they are saying that you are, they're going to discontinue. So automatic choice is presentation mastery, but I don't want you to take that route because, see, this is something that has been generated by an AI system. And essentially, I am a strong believer that AI is actually stupid. So you should not make a decision based on what AI has told you. Just know this, and then we are going to do some analysis on our own. So now I'm going to share my screen. Pay attention to what I'm going to share. So am I not sharing my whole screen? You can see this now. Can you see one PDF?
Yes.
Okay. So this PDF will help you understand what these paths do. I want you to pay very good attention to this. How rewarding your Toastmasters journey will depend a lot on what the selection you're making here. Remember, this is like selecting the course: physics, chemistry, biology, science, English. That selection you made is very similar to that. You need to be very serious about it. So there are 5 core competencies. If you see at the top: public speaking, interpersonal communication, strategic leadership, management, and confidence, right? Whichever path you take, by default, there are 2 things that you're going to learn: public speaking and confidence. Why? Because public speaking is the medium of communication, and confidence is what will naturally come, right? It's something that's intrinsic to it. If you're doing your speeches well, the projects well, that will naturally come. Now, there are 2 paths: presentation mastery and engaging humor, which only have these 2 elements. If you see at the left, the 11 paths, 2 paths, presentation mastery and engaging humor, have only these 2 elements: public speaking and confidence. There is no much element of leadership in that, which means that these paths don't target at improving your leadership skills. This is only focused on improving your communication skills. Engaging humor is a slightly difficult path compared to presentation mastery. So if your objective of being a Toastmaster is to become a good speaker, and just that, you're not here to build your leadership roles, then your choice should be either presentation mastery or engaging humor. Which of these should you choose? It depends on where do you see yourself as a speaker. If you already see yourself as a 3 out of 5 or a 4 out of 5, I would encourage you to try engaging humor, because that will help you elevate to a 3.5, 4.5 and beyond. If on the other hand, you're just getting started, engaging humor may be extremely daunting. What if you're an excellent speaker, but still you select presentation mastery? Nothing much. It's just that you may get bored because it may sound very easy compared to the challenges that you are expecting. For instance, in a presentation mastery level 5, your compulsory project is, if you see, presentation mastery level 5, this is prepared to speak professionally, right? Which means that you will have to deliver a 18 to 22 minute speech, a keynote speech on any topic. On the other hand, if you look at engaging humor level 5, it says deliver your message with humor. Here again, this is the chart I'm seeing at the bottom, okay? See the bottommost row. Deliver your speech with message with humor. Here again, you will have to deliver a 18 to 22 minute speech, but this time the speech has to be humorous. Which is more challenging, delivering a 20-minute speech or delivering a 20 minutes funny speech?
Funny speech.
Right? So that's why if you are at a certain level, I would want you to challenge yourself to go to the next level, which is engaging humor in your speech. Engaging humor is a very interesting path. It actually helps you uncover your genre of humor. Each of us have a sense of humor in us. Each of us have an ability to instill humor in others as well. Just that we need to understand which is the right kind of humor that we need to use to the best of our abilities, to the most of our strength. And that is what engaging humor will get you prepared for. Now, if your focus is more on interpersonal skills, which is going to be again a part of the rest of the 9 paths, which you see here. Why it is there a part of the other paths? Because interpersonal skills is about you interacting with another person, right? So this is where you will have to understand about building relationship. So if you see, this 2 is constant across all the other 9 paths. However, strategic leadership is there for dynamic leadership, for effective coaching, for innovate strategies, for dynamic leadership, for motivational strategies, for persuasive influence, and so on. So now Nancy has already given this, like dynamic leadership, we are continuing. Motivational strategies, we are continuing. Persuasive influence, we are continuing. And visionary communications, we are continuing. So these are the, engaging your presentation mastery is not on the leadership track. So in the leadership track, there are 4 options that you have to choose from: dynamic leadership, motivational strategies, persuasive influence, and visionary communication. Now, which of these would you want to choose? How do you want to select that? So for that, you need to understand the structure of the paths. How do we progress on the path? So the level 1 of every path is the same. No matter you take presentation mastery, engaging humor, motivational strategies, whatever you take, the level 1 is exactly the same, not a single difference. The difference starts coming from level 2. In level 2, the third project again is always the same, which is Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. Level 2, project 7. Okay, this is the third project in level 2, which is the same for all the paths. The first 2 projects keep on changing. So for example, understanding your communication style is what you will get in dynamic leadership. Whereas connect with your audience is the level 2 first project for engaging humor. Understanding your leadership style is for dynamic leadership, the second project in level 2. But for engaging humor, it is knowing your sense of humor. So look at these required projects and think which of this you can use more at your workplace. Which of these you can apply more in whatever you do. And based on that, you have to decide which path you want to take. So to sum it up, the first consideration is, are you here for learning only public speaking, communications, or are you here to develop your speaking and leadership skills both? If it is only speaking, ask yourself, where do I see myself on a scale of 1 to 5? At a 3 or a 4? Or below 3? If you are seeing yourself as a starter, if you're dealing with certain structural issues like stuttering, stammering, glossophobia, then it's a better idea to go with presentation mastery. If you see yourself as someone who's already there at a certain level, your command over English is good, you have been in a public speaking for a good number of years, you're in a profession where you need to regularly interact with a group of people, then I would encourage you to go for engaging humor. Now, if you're in the leadership track, then in that case, you will have to look at the mandatory projects or the required projects that are there. And based on that, you make the selection. I will be sharing with you, post this call, on the discussions group, a file which will have the details of all the projects in all the levels for all the 11 paths. Again, be mindful not to select a path that is getting discontinued next year, because we do not know the kind of changes that's going to come up. So it's highly recommended not to buy a product which is going to go out of the market, and we know that very soon already, right? So don't do that. Select any of the 6. Don't try to be extra adventurous and spend the $20 there. So this path comes free, but remember, this path actually costs $20. It is lower like a cover charge that they take for entering the Toastmasters Club. Okay, so you get that reimbursed on the path fees. Any questions till now on the path? No questions?
No questions right now, but I think when we will at our own time frame, we'll go through it, then the questions will come up.
No problem. When you have a question, you know, you have 3 people at least to reach out to: Nagesh, Nancy, me. So ping any of us, all of us, either of us, and we will answer you, whatever questions you have. Sharon, you have a question? Sharon, you have a question?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Actually, I'm a little bit lost. I wouldn't know which path to choose, so someone would have to help me out. I mean, later
What I
after the
said,
meet.
I will share this with you. And after that, I will ask Raja Balaji or Sudharma, one of them, to reach out to you and help you in your selection of path. If that doesn't help, please know that I am your go-to person for anything that's, coming your way. Where is my coffee? Here's my coffee. So, so that is the the thing that you can reach out to me for any difficulty you have with the selection of paths. So don't worry about that.
Okay, thank you.
Mentors also. I will assign the mentors shortly, but I think this part we will take care. Yeah, the mentors will also help you once we adopt the path. But as far as the selection of path, that's something that we would want to do. Yes, Premada.
How much time will it take for like assignment of mentors?
I'll cover that in a short while. We'll come to that. Okay, so this part is clear about the this thing, the selection of path. You understood what the pathways is. Okay, now let me again go back to sharing my screen. Anytime you want a quick break, let me know, because this is heavy stuff. But we will have to complete what we need to complete today. मैं ये वाला कर लेता हूँ, Basecamp वाला. So now once the path is selected, you will get access to, can you see my screen? Once the path is selected, you will get access to this. So I am a Basecamp manager in both the clubs. That's why I see two screens here. If you are not a Basecamp manager, which you are not, and you are a member of one club, so you will not have so many confusion. So you will have only one club, one tile coming up here, which will be the Gabbys or the Gabbys online. So once you go here, it will take you to the active paths that you have. So click on Paths and Learning. These are the active paths that I have. So Innovative Planning is the active path. I click on that. It shows me what are the various things that are there. So I'll open the curriculum. It shows us in progress. When I click on Open Curriculum, it opens where I have. So I have completed level 3. I am now on level 4. So level 4, let me launch a project and show you how we do it. This is not actually that you will do it. You will actually go through all the content, but I'm showing you where will you find the content. So you do that launch project. When you do that, then it will take you to another window. This is taking a little bit of a time. Just bear with me. Yeah.
Okay, as we are going through these projects, understand for speech crafters, you will find all your projects that you have completed during your speechcraft journey in level 1 and level 2. We were talking about this towards the beginning of this meeting. Well, however, Sourav is showing for level 3, you will find all your projects in level 1 and level 2. That's it. Sourav, you can show level 1 and level 2 projects as well.
So this I've already done a little bit of some of the things. So that's why it's a little advanced now. So I'll start from the beginning. So this is the first screen that you will see, introduction. It will give you an overview of the project, what you are doing it. Click here, read this and click here. Read this. In this project, you will learn how to recognize your strength as a project manager. This will talk about the assignment. What is the purpose? What is the overview? Form a team of 3 to 4 people and choose a project to begin. Create a plan for your project and present the plan to your club in a 2 to 3 minute speech. Then complete your project with your team. Finally, present a 5 to 7 minute speech about the experience. Then after that, there is an assessment that you need to take. I've already taken the assessment, assess your skills before. Once you have done that, then it will say that what will you learn from this project, right? What are the competencies that you will develop? So you will be able to recognize your strengths and areas of growth as a project manager. You will be able to develop rapport with stakeholders. You will be able to cultivate an appropriate relationship with your team and so on. Then understanding project management. What is project management? So this is the place where you will have a lot of information coming your way now. What are the leadership duties that are fulfilled by a project manager? So this is basically a crash course on project management that you will get here. So attributes of a successful project manager: effective communication, strong organization, optimism, and enthusiasm. Attributes of a successful project: leading by example. More material, more content around here. What are the strengths? Learn about your team. Build a cohesive unit. Good practices of a project for project management. More information here. This is how it will go through all of this. I'm just just rushing through this because we are short on time. But when you do it, don't do this. So this is the project plan. This is a detailed project plan template where you can capture the details of the project plan. What is the purpose? What are the resources? What's the budget? Key deliverables, milestones, notes. Who's the project manager? Who are the team members? What are the delegated tasks, milestone? You can actually use it even outside of Toastmasters, for your own work also, this particular project management template. We have a PMI certified project manager in our club, DTM Nagesh, who actually speaks very highly of this project management template. So you have an expert validating this. Aesthetic elements, accessibility, access, project management tools, review and apply, complete your assignment. What are the project checklists that you have completed the assignment? You can go through this. There are some things that, rehearse your first speech, rehearse your second speech after you have completed all components, additional notes, etc. So all of these things are mentioned here. Then go here, your evaluation. This is where you will find the evaluation resource. This is what you need to share with your Toastmaster of the day when he or she asks for it. When they say that share the evaluation resource, this is where you will find it. The evaluation resource has got 2 sections. Has got 3 pages to start with. This one has more pages because this is actually not 1 speech but 2 speech, but generally you'll find 3 pages. The first one it starts with the member name, the date, the evaluator name, the speech length, then the speech title. Now the purpose statement. See, there are 2 purpose statements. The purpose of this project, the overall project purpose, and the purpose of this speech, right? Of the second speech. So if you see, the purpose of the project is for the member to practice developing a plan, building a team, and fulfilling the plan with the help of his or her team. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice developing a plan, building a team, and fulfilling the plan with the help of his or her team. So the purpose of the project is the same for both the speeches, but the purpose of the speech is different. The purpose of the first speech is for the member to give a short overview of the plan. The purpose of the second speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or her experience managing the project. And then there are some notes for the evaluator that the evaluator has to go through, but I always recommend that the speaker also goes through it because these are your evaluation points. Now, next comes 3 sections. You excelled at, you may want to work on to challenge yourself. What did you excel at? What did you do and what you did really well? What you may want to work on. What did you do, but you could have done better? And to challenge yourself. What did you not do, but you could have done that, which would have added a lot of value to the speech. Example, you had some amount of vocal variety, and when you used vocal variety, you did it really well. You had a good voice modulation, you had good usage of pause, pace, and so on. You may want to work on, you are using your vocal variety only in certain places, only in high emotion moments. Try to build in a little bit of vocal variety throughout your speech as well. To challenge yourself, while you were really good at vocal variety, you absolutely did not try to use your hand gestures. Vocal variety and hand gestures go very well together, so try to use hand gestures as well. So hand gestures is something you did not use, so I'm challenging you to use hand gestures. Vocal variety you used at certain places, used it really well. I want you to consider using it throughout your speech, not in only 5 to 10% of your speech. The second one has more objective parameters like, clarity, vocal variety, eye contact, gestures, audience awareness, and so on which the evaluator has to rate you on a scale of 1 to 5. What does 1 mean? What does 5 mean? All of the details are mentioned in the evaluation criteria in the next page. For example, for clarity, you would be a 5 if an exemplary public speaker who is always understood. You will be a 1 if your spoken language is unclear or not easily understood. So that's how clarity is defined, whether you're a 1 or a 5. Okay, so this is what is the evaluation resource all about. This is how, then after this, when you click here, then you'll have to take another quiz, which is assess your skills after you finish the project. This you will do once you have delivered the speech and received your evaluation. Do your self-assessment, then submit next. And then finally, when you come to the last screen, you click this, you will go to the I'm not doing it because I'm yet to complete this project. I'm repeating this project tomorrow. So I will be filling it after I complete the project tomorrow if I'm satisfied with what I have done. Clear? So this is what we have. So any questions till now on the Basecamp, on how to file the Basecamp and so on? Yes, Gauri.
So when we do these projects, the meeting will specifically be one where we deliver the project.
I didn't get the question. Can you?
Is the project is supposed to be done online, or do we deliver a speech at the Toastmasters meeting also?
Depends on the kind of project. So there are projects where you will only have to do the speech. Your speech is the project is the speech. As simple as that. For example, your icebreaker speech. You come, you do your icebreaker speech. You have done your icebreaker speech for 4 to 6 minutes. You are done. There are projects which are beyond the speech. For example, this one which I showed, right? Managing a project successfully. So here I am asked to create a project plan, create a project team, create a project plan with this team, then execute the project, then come back and say, how did I execute the project? What is the learning? So this has 2 speeches. One is to tell the club, what is the plan? What is the project? What is the team? What am I trying to achieve? That first speech for me for this project is done. I've done at some club and I've already received the evaluation. The second one is where I have to come back and tell the club that I did this project. These are my learnings. These are my experiences. This is what I gained from it. This project has to be done outside of the speech. You can do this project within Toastmasters, outside of Toastmasters, within Gabbys, outside of the Gabbys. That's your call. But it has to meet the criteria that the project has. It has to be a project where you need a team. It cannot be a solo project, for instance. Right? So if you're doing a solo project, then this will not qualify. Now, you can always say that if I've done the project, why should I come and do the speech? Right? So remember one thing, that public speaking is our mode of communication, assessment, assignment, teaching, learning in Toastmaster. Just like English is the medium of learning in your graduation, public speaking is the medium of learning in Toastmasters. Whatever you do, you will have to come back and share with the club. That's your platform to come and share the project you have done. That's your platform to come and share about any kind of blogs that you have written. There are projects on writing blogs. You don't have to write the blogs in the club meeting. You have to write the blog for 1 month and then come to the club and tell us, how was your experience about writing a blog in a 5 to 7 minute speech? There is a project on podcast. It doesn't mean you have to come to the club meeting and make it a podcast. You have to have a podcast going on for a certain period of time. Then come to the club meeting and share with us your learnings about running a podcast channel. Clear?
Yeah. So the evaluation is self-evaluation then?
No, the evaluation is by an external evaluator, not an external. Another Toastmaster will be evaluating you.
Got it. Okay.
You open the agenda for this week. It has been shared, right? In the agenda, you will see at the bottom, there are speakers and there are evaluators mapped to the speakers. Like I am a speaker tomorrow. My evaluator is Lakshmi Sujata. So I will be giving the speech. Lakshmi will be evaluating my speech. She will be evaluating whether I've met the project objectives, the one which is listed there, right? What we discussed, that what will the evaluator look out for? Clear?
Yeah, just one more question, sorry. Is there a time duration to do it?
No. This is the beauty of Toastmaster, that it is a self-paced learning program. There are people who have not done one single project in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. There are people who have not completed one path in 3 years. And there are people who have completed an entire path in 3 weeks. Right? This lady in front of me, she has completed one path in 3 weeks in 21 days, Nancy. And there are people who have spent 3 years in Toastmasters, have not completed one single path. Both of that is fine. Nancy gets no extra brownie points or no discount on her membership fees because she's completing a path in 21 days. And there is no penalty or any failing system for someone who's completing it in 3 years. It's your journey. You need to decide how you want to go about it. There are some people who take a lot of time because, as you go higher in your levels, like level 3 onwards, you have the option to take electives. So in level 3, for instance, you have to have one compulsory project and 2 electives. These 2 electives will be out of a set of 10 electives. There are some people who do all the 10 electives and then file only 2. Because they want to experience the full breadth of the offering and then go for the 2, this one. I think those are the most intelligent people. They're like paying for 2 rooms and actually enjoying the entire house, right? That's how they operate. So they are the smarter people. It is not people who are doing it faster that they are the smarter. We did it faster at that point of time because we were on an adrenaline rush, of completing something. But now we have understood with experience. That's why now the next part that Nancy is doing, even she doesn't know when she will ever finish that. Right, which is engaging humor. Okay, this is the same Nancy who completed a path in 21 days. This is like almost going into 21 months now, right? So this is how she has understood that it makes more sense to settle down, do a project over a period of 3-4 months, and then move to the next project, right? So that's how she is graduating. So that's how you need to decide. Clear?
Yeah.
One very important thing here I want to mention. How do you know that you have done the project well? How do you know that you have done the project well? How do you know that you can go and mark the project as complete?
That's what was on my mind. That's why I asked who will evaluate and how do you get to know how you've performed?
Tell me.
I mean, that form is not shared by the evaluators after they have evaluated?
Absolutely, they shared.
I feel apart from the evaluator, don't we ourselves know where we stand? Like what went wrong, or it could have been better, or I'm capable of much more. Or
Okay.
maybe after the feedback, I feel, I can very well incorporate. I didn't give importance to that thing.
I just forgot that I've done a session on evaluation and feedback in the speech crowd batch. Okay, nice. So, yes, it is a combination of 3-4 things. The first evaluator for anything is you, right? You know yourself. How did I do? This was my objective. Was I able to do it? Then the evaluator tells you certain things. If you are still not convinced, sometimes what happens is the evaluator says that you have done a wonderful job and you know you have not done a wonderful job. Do not for a split second doubt whether you should redo the project. You should. If you are not happy with what you have done, do it again. Because once you file it, you will lose the motivation to do it again. So don't file it till the time you are 100% satisfied. Sometimes you are satisfied with what you have done, but the evaluator says the project objective is not met. Take a call. Is the evaluator making sense? Don't evaluate, you don't take it at face value because it is DTM who's giving you, it is Sourav who's talking about it, or Nancy or Nagesh. They can't be wrong. Most cases, we are the ones who are wrong, right? So don't take it at face value because it's coming from the who's who of Toastmaster or so and so, the hallowed Toastmasters of the world. Use your own judgment. Similarly, if the evaluator is saying something which is making sense, don't dismiss it because that person, is not good in English. I've seen this happening, so I'm telling you. There are evaluators who may not be very good in speaking English, but they have very, very pertinent points. Don't dismiss it. I mean, वो क्या है मुझे evaluation देंगे, so that ठीक से English भी नहीं बोलना आता. Probably, yes, you're right. but that person may have the most pertinent evaluation point. So don't dismiss an evaluation point because that person is not good in speaking English or not as impressive. Maybe I'll use even more blatant examples. Imagine someone like Jaspreet, who's a teacher, right? And there is someone like Devyani in the club, who's a student. Jaspreet, I would never encourage you to dismiss something that Devyani is telling just because she is someone that you teach every day, or that's the group that you teach every day. That's the biggest mistake we do. So don't dismiss an evaluation based on who the evaluator is. Look at the points and then decide. One thing I want you to understand, ultimately it is your satisfaction. No one in this world, no VP education, no club mentor, no evaluator can tell you, please go and do the speech again. At the Gabbys, we strictly tell the evaluators, it is not your business to tell the speaker to redo the speech. It is your business to let the speaker know the speaker did not meet the project objective, and it's your recommendation that he or she does the speech again. You don't give an order. You don't give a command. There are speakers who have been recommended by the evaluators to redo, and they said, no, we will not. And we are perfectly okay with that. We have approved that. The only situation where we don't approve is when we doubt whether the speech was done in the first place, or if all the project requirements were not met. For instance, there are certain projects need a 360-degree feedback. If we know that the 360-degree feedback form has not been collected, we very clearly mention that we will not approve the project. Projects like understanding your communication style needs you to take a quiz to understand your communication style first before you give the speech. If we know that you have not taken the quiz in the first place, then we would not approve it because you have not done the project the right way. But apart from that, if you have taken the quiz, you have come here, done a very bad speech according to the evaluator, and you still feel you did justice to it, so be it. It is your learning, so it's your decision. Are we clear? Are we on the same page on this? There's a huge, kind of information understanding gaps. There are clubs which takes a lot of pride in saying that we give a lot of redos to our members. I generally go to those clubs and teach them that you have no authority to give a redo to anyone. So it's not a pass-fail system. We're not failing any of you. Clear? Any questions? Go ahead, Gauri. You have a question. It's like coming to the, I'm guessing. You have a question, Gauri? No. Okay. Arsh, you have a question?
Yes, I have a very general question. Just I want to know if I have to give speech, I have to see through the page, or I have to learn and then speak in front of you all.
First, you will have to go through the material. After you go through the material, you will have to connect with your mentor. Each of you will be assigned a mentor. This mentor will discuss with you what are the project requirements, what you need to prepare on. This mentor will ensure that you have fulfilled all the project requirements. You will write a speech, you will discuss with your mentor. Your mentor will help you refine the speech, practice the speech, get ready with the speech, and then tell you, go and book a slot with the club VP. The club VP in this case will be Sudharma. So each of you, I will be sending a message very shortly and a mail message shortly about the process in which you will book speech slots. But since you have joined this, just know that you will have to send a message to Sudharma saying that, hey, I want a speech slot. This is the speech duration. This is the speech I'm giving, level 1, project 1, whatever it is. Sudharma will get a slot for you, will tell you, okay, you have got a slot this day. You will inform your mentor. The speech is ready, you are ready, your slot is ready, evaluator is ready, you go and give your speech.
Okay.
Process. Any questions?
And people like us who come from Speechcraft, we also have to
Your
first.
level 1 will be automatically approved.
Okay.
For all the Speechcrafters, your level 1 is automatically approved because you have already done 7 speeches. 4 speeches. If you do 4 speeches, level 1 is approved, right? So 4 speeches means your level 1 is approved. 7 speeches means your level 1 is approved, level 2 is approved.
Level 3 to electives.
Okay. So if you have completed 7 speeches in Speechcraft, then in that case, your level 1, all the 4 is approved, all the 4 levels, all the 4 projects. In level 2, 1 project is approved. which is Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring, that is approved. And in level 3, the 2 electives is approved. Only the level 3 compulsory project you need to do. So you speech crafters can complete your level 2 just by doing 2 speeches. And that is highly recommended if you want to participate in the international speech contest. The international speech contest is happening on March 5th, March 2nd. So, and the eligibility condition is for you to complete level 2 in Toastmaster pathways. I do not want any speech crafter to miss out on this opportunity.
So what is the earliest that we can deliver a speech here?
Whenever
When we are there in Toastmasters?
whenever you're ready.
Okay.
So you can deliver the speech at the Gabbys, outside the Gabbys. If you want to deliver the speech at the Gabbys, your contact point is Sudharma Pereira. If you want to deliver the speech outside of the Gabbys, your contact person is Raja Balaji. If you're not getting a speech slot and you need some assistance with this, then in that case, for anything, I'm always there. But we have certain people who are taking care of certain aspects of the club operations. Yes, Sharon?
Yes, so you said for this March contest, I need to give 2 speeches. That's what you're trying to say?
That's all.
That's all.
Yes.
Okay.
She has completed 7 speeches.
Have you completed 7 speeches in
Yes,
speech?
yes.
So if you have completed 7 speeches in Speechcraft, you need to give 2 speeches. If you have not completed 7 speeches in Speechcraft, if you have completed 4 speeches, I think Gauri, you have completed 4 speeches, right? So you need to give 3 speeches. That's it.
I have completed 7, yes.
You have completed 7, Sharon, so you need to give 2 speeches. Gauri will have to give 3 speeches. Jasprit will have to give 2 speeches. Atul, 2 speeches. Yogita, 2 speeches. So this is how it is. 2 to 3 speeches max, and you guys are going to be there. It takes almost 7 to 8 speeches to qualify for the international speech contest. You will qualify just with 2 or 3 speeches. Do not lose this chance. International speech contest happens once a year. You miss it in March, you wait for the next 1 year. So please don't miss this chance. And you know, the club contests bring the maximum surprises. The underdogs win. The champions or the favorites, they have glorious defeats. It's very common in club contest because we have external judges. In the club contest, none of the judges or the chief judges are from within the club. We'll get judges and chief judges from outside of the district. Nagesh Ramamurthy is the contest chair, and as much as I know him, he will get the chief judge from outside of the country probably now. Right? So that's how he operates. So he first pings people and say, do you know Nancy? Do you know Sourav? They say, yes. They said, okay, bye. Then they said, no, we don't know them. Then they said, okay, fine. Then do you want to be a chief judge at our club contest? So total impartiality. They will not know anyone. Anonymous judges will be there. Fairest assessments happen. And we have had fantastically, surprising results at the club contest. Our speech crafters have always done well. Samita has won at the club level. Chitrakshi has won at the club level. Even Spruti Mohanty had a podium finish. She came 2nd or 3rd, if I'm not wrong. Sanjana Garai, a very new Toastmaster, has come 2nd. So people have done really well in this club contest. So none of you should miss out on this, okay? Any other questions on the contests and this one? For the international speech contest, separately, we will do a session to prep you up because there's a lot of new members. So we will teach you what are the ballots and all that. So there will be a separate orientation session for that so that all the new Toastmasters and contest aspirants are on the same page. But just keep this pathway thing out of your way. It should not get you disqualified. Okay, that's it for this one. Okay, we will not take a break. We have just got another some 25 minutes to go. We'll just quickly wrap it up. There are a couple of other things that I need to talk about. A bulk of it is done. So we are going good in terms of the time. So let me now shift gears and talk a little bit about the club meeting roles that we have. So in the club meeting roles, we have got, apart from the speaker and the evaluator, we have got 3 big roles, which is the team mod, the table topic master, and the general evaluator. The general evaluator is someone who evaluates the entire meeting. The Toastmaster of the day is more like an MC, and the table topic master is more like someone who it is also more of a master of ceremonies kind of role who encourages people to speak and gives out the table topics. DTM and T mode are very good roles if you enjoy doing emceeing, if you is something you love doing, because that is about engaging the people. You can do a good amount of practice in these roles where you can engage people. Nancy is one of the best team mods that we have had in the club. Her sessions are always very encouraging, very engaging. Similarly, I saw with Smruti Mohanty also, her session on the cards was very engaging. Samita's session on the Delta was very engaging. So, this is a good practice for you to practice how to engage the audience. That is the Toastmaster of the day. You learn that. In a table topic master is a very good role if you're in the business of facilitation, because that teaches you how to make your participants get involved and participate, giving them topics that they can speak on, encouraging them to speak, helping them to overcome barriers. This is the things that we do as trainers and facilitators. So that's something that you learn there. A general evaluator is a very good role for overall project management, assessment. If you are someone who wants to do more of a leadership role where you need to have an overview of the entire operations, the general evaluator role is a good practice for you. These are the three big roles. The speaker and the evaluator I'm keeping out of the way for some time. Let's go to the taggle team role. The timer, accounter, grammarian, and listener. These are very good roles for you to practice the art of indistractability in the first place, because these roles, they don't have the option to let their guards down even for a minute during a Toastmaster meeting. The timer makes note of the time. The accounter counts the hours and the arms that we use. The grammarian keeps track of the good usage and the not so good usage of English language. And the listener tests your listening skills. All of these help you practice the art of indistractability and the art of active listening. These are two very key components of communication, and these roles are the perfect practice pitch for these roles, for these particular two skills that we need to be a good communicator. Apart from this, there are two more roles, which is the sergeant at arms and the presiding officer in a club meeting. The sergeant at arms is like the overall administrator of the meeting. All information regarding the meeting, opening the meeting, closing the meeting is the responsibility of the sergeant at arms, and the presiding officer presides over the meeting. Who plans all of these meetings? These meetings are planned by the executive committee. Since the Gabbys is actually a family of 3 clubs, we have got 3 executive committees, which is our strength, because with 90 people, we don't have 7 officers handling and servicing 90 people. We have 21 officers serving 90 people. That makes the officer is to member ratio much higher, so we can serve better. So we can do an ample work distribution. So in the Gabbys, the way we operate is all the meeting rosters are filled by Sudharma Pereira. She takes care of the meeting rosters. She decides who will be the speaker, who will be the evaluator, who will be the Toastmaster of the day based on the nominations received. So if you want a role at the Gabbys meeting, your contact point is Sudharma Pereira. Then we have got Toastmaster Raja Balaji in the VP Education Committee, who will give you the speech slots and roles if you want outside of the Gabbys. So any opportunity that comes for speaking in clubs outside of the Gabbys, say in different clubs across the world, if you're interested to attend a club meeting in Nigeria, if you're interested to attend a club meeting in Korea, in Japan, in Thailand, in USA, in Europe, please keep in touch with Raja and me. We will send you those invites your way, because we are a part of a lot of WhatsApp group and Facebook groups where we get those invites. We don't add all of the members there because we are a large club. If we start adding 50 or 90 members to every group, then those groups will automatically become another Gabbys group, right? So we don't want that. So we want to keep those groups, 2 or 3 members from each this one. But occasionally someone may send you the invite to join those groups. So don't hesitate, join the groups whenever you find such invites coming your way. I will take care of the mentorship assignment. I have taken a download from Nancy, and the preliminary mapping of the mentor-mentee has been done. I was waiting for this orientation session to happen, post which I wanted to do the mentor-mentee assignment. So I have the mentor-mentee list. You have it ready, right? So I will now ask Nancy to just mention for the people on the call here We are yet to validate all with the respective mentors, but at least from your side, if we can give you some clarity who we are thinking about. If you have a reservation, please let me know in person. Not in person, over a private message. But again, please understand that don't go with mentors based on the names and credentials. Some of the people who are new Toastmasters have been better mentors than some of us. I am one of the lousiest mentors who rarely responds to the mentees. So don't go with whatever you think is good, because we have taken into consideration who will be able to give you time, what are the goals and those kind of things as well.
I agree with what you say. I had asked you for an evaluation for my speechcraft speech. I haven't still got it.
Thank you so much for feeling me great. Yes, I believe that I am actually very late and almost non-responsive at times, because I've got some 16 or 18 mentees, and I find it sometimes very difficult. So the best way of working with me is to bug me. People who discover that they are doing very well with me, like Shivani, she will not let go of me till the time she got what she needs. She's like, Sourav, I need it today. Sourav, I need it today. And she just don't let go. But yeah, otherwise it's very difficult for me. Sometimes I lose track of it. But Gauri, I will give the evaluation. That's still due.
For Gauri, the mentor is Dhwani.
Gauri, your mentor is Dhwani.
Jasprit, mentor is Nancy.
Jasprit, mentor is Nancy.
For Priyanka, we have mentor Smriti.
Priyamvada, for you it is Smriti Mohanty. Sharon.
Sharon, it's Dhwani.
Sharon, for you it's Dhwani.
It's Nagesh.
For Yogatha, it's Nagesh.
I'm missing anyone.
Arsh and Atul.
Arsh, it's Karthik.
For Arsh, it's Karthik.
And Atul, it's Manvi.
For Atul, it's Manvi.
Anyone who's yet to know? Yet to know? No?
Can you walk them through this one, the forms and all, the form to fill this up?
Sure.
For
Okay,
the speech
form.
forms, yeah. So now for the second portion about getting your speeches and levels approved, I'm handing over to Nancy. She's right here. So she will walk you through that portion.
Okay, are you able to hear me? I hope there's no echo. Just let me pull up the form in a different tab so that you can see. Just a minute. Right, I'll share my screen. Okay, are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, one thing that Sourav has already walked you through is Basecamp. This is where you will be filing your levels. You will be marking your projects complete, that I've completed level 1 project 1, level 2 project 2, level 1 project 3, level 1 project 4. Once you've marked it complete there, for Toastmasters website, we get to know that you have marked it complete and it goes to VP Education for approval. At Gabbys, we follow different protocol here, since we allow members to go outside and do their speeches, and we have got 90 members already, which means it's very difficult for us to keep track whether you're delivering your speeches, whether you're doing it the right way, where are you going and delivering your speeches. With all that comes the responsibility of collecting the data the right way. So that's why we have this form that's called Club Member Speech Details Form. All of you are a part of the Gabbys discussions group, right? The discussions group, you will find a couple of links there. One of the links is Club Member Speech Details. From there on, you will find this form. The moment you click there, you will see that there's a club name. You select which club you are a part of. You can be a part of Gabbys International. Most of you will be a part of either Gabbys International or Gabbys Online. These are the two new clubs. So whichever club you are a part of and you're filing it from, if you are not aware of this yet, the moment you go to Basecamp, in the tile, it will show your club name. From there, you can see your club name. You go there, click your name, club name. Then you select your name from here, find out your name. Let's say I'll pick Nancy. Next, whichever path you have chosen, so far we have got 11 paths. That's why we have got 11 paths in the form here. You select your path. Let's say I'm doing presentation mastery. This is my path name. Next, you need to choose which level you are filing. It's level 1 and it's a required project. Sourav has already told you that we have got two types of project. One is required project, other is elective. Level 1, level 2, all projects are required. Level 3 onwards, you will get elective projects and it will show in a different tab in Basecamp itself. So you will be aware. For initial part of it, since you are all new, your projects are all required. So you don't need to break your head whether it's an elective or required. It's all required. Okay. You click next. You go here. If you're choosing required, it will show you all required projects. If you're choosing elective, it will show you all elective projects. So that's why it's very important for you to carefully select the right one. For speech crafters who have already completed 4 speeches, you need to select your first project, which is Icebreaker. You say this is Icebreaker. If you have the data for your projects that you have completed during your speechcraft journey, when have you completed? Date, day, time, and other things, you can fill it all here. Speech title, club name. Club name will be the Gabbys only since you have filled it there. But in case you're doing it externally somewhere, in any of the clubs, maybe outside India, within India, in different district, different area, you need to mention the name of the club where you have presented your speech, delivered your speech. In case it's Speechcraft, you can mention Speechcraft or the Gabbys here. Mention the date, the evaluator name, who evaluated you for that particular speech. These two fields in the form are optional. This is more for you to keep a track of your data. If you remember the points from the evaluation, when the evaluator was mentioning it, you can mention it here so that whenever you want to go back and check what is the consistency that in the evaluations from different evaluators that you are hearing, you can always ask us. This data will be stored with us, or you can add your evaluation form. This is one way of, if you are adding the evaluation form, then it's better because that way we will also ensure that you are collecting your documents properly. But sometimes it happens that your evaluators don't share the forms despite you reaching out to them hundreds of times. So at least ensure that you remember your recommendation points or key points from the speech and mention it here. This is purely optional. Even if you don't have it, it's not that you can't submit your level at all. You can. Now, when I say level, this form is for you to fill speech by speech, project by project, rather. And you have to fill it 4 times for level 1. No, 6 times for level 1, since level 1 project 4 demands 3 speeches. 6 times for level 1, 3 times for level 2, and as many number of times for level 3 and 4, depending upon the projects that you're choosing. Click submit. Based on this, we are collecting all the data from our members and presenting it in a dashboard for you. I'll walk you through the dashboard for now. From your end, you just need to fill up the form, save your data. You can do it all at once you're filing level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, or you can choose to do it speech by speech so that you don't forget it later. It's up to you. It's your convenience, howsoever it suits you. Some people take a lot of time in doing their speeches, so they fill up the form right after they are done with the speech so that they don't forget it later. Some people do so many speeches within a week that they don't find time to fill up the form. So it's up to them. The onus is on them to keep their data saved somewhere so that they can come back and fill the speech details form later. And only then your level will be approved. Now, where is this data going? At Gabbys, we have created this beautiful dashboard to store all the data and to ensure we know what our members are achieving, how they are delivering their speeches, and how they are going about it. The first dashboard is about your education levels as well as the paths that you have selected. If you see, you will see Chitrakshi here, innovative planning. You would see Chitrakshi somewhere else as well, or Sourav. So that way, at least I know that, okay, Chitrakshi is here in dynamic leadership, Chitrakshi is here in innovative planning. And why am I taking this example? Chitrakshi has completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels of dynamic leadership in last 6 months. So this is very interactive dashboard. You can choose the date filter here and see in the last 1 month, let's say from 21st of November till 6th of Jan, how many people have completed which levels and what these people are doing. So that way we get to know this by the date that this is what is happening with the club. And when I say Chitrakshi, she has completed, okay, from this is 6th of August onwards, she has completed level 3, 4, and 5. That's why you see these 3 tabs. If I scroll it even further, a little back in time, she has completed all 5 levels. Now she has completed one path, dynamic leadership. She has also completed a few levels in innovative planning. This is level 1, level 2, and this level 3 is in progress. That way, this is the data for all the members that we have, and all the data that you are putting in there in the speech details form, we get to see it here. How our club members are doing. In fact, it's up for you also to view how you are performing or what is it showing. Now this shows the total number of members we have 90. Almost 40 of them are completing speeches and filing it from Gabbys. We have got a number of dual members who are filing it from other clubs as well, completing speeches here and filing it in different clubs, which is perfectly okay. This shows club health, the way we are doing speeches, total number of speeches delivered in a given time frame that I've selected here, number of paths that we are uniquely enrolled in. So this will give you, suppose you are going for engaging humor. You need to know that who all are the people who have been who have enrolled themselves in engaging humor path. You know that these are the 3 people. Bindu, Karthik, and Sudharaju are the ones who are enrolled into this path, and you can reach out to them directly for any help that you need. Then path breakers, you can get to know who all have completed their paths, the 7 people we have. This is attendance by date, the way people are attending these meetings and all of it you'll get here, and speech distribution, which are the days when we get maximum speakers and days people are delivering their speeches within and outside Gabbys. Again, this data comes from the form that I've shared with you just now. This one is just for you to go through. This is the data that we are maintaining on our own. This is for you to understand which are the roles you are frequently taking. Let us suppose if I take Saurav's example here. This dashboard will show all the data related to Sourav, all the meetings that he has attended. So far, I've selected just a couple of meetings. So let's go with these many meetings only. In these many meetings, he has taken up these roles, speaker role, then TT speaker he was, then our counter, general evaluator. That way you can get a track of what you're doing. Here you get to know the meeting roles that you have chosen in the last whatever dates you are choosing. Let's say this was from 21st of November till date, or I can keep it for December onwards. Let's say December onwards. So December onwards, which all roles Sourav has picked up, these many roles he has picked up, and which day he has picked up which role, this is mentioned over here. From speaker, you can just hover over and see. You don't need to see Saurav's data. You can find up your data and just hover over and see here. All of you are new members, so I don't think you will have much of data here for yourself unless you start attending meetings more frequently. That's what you need to ensure so that your data can come up here. Next, this is your screen time, how much time you have given for the screen in the last the meeting dates that we have selected. 1 month and 6 days is what we have selected for Sourav. So 3,100 minutes he has spent in the meetings, in those meetings. Lastly, this is about meeting calendar. This is where you will get to see for a given date, which all roles are available, open for you. This is where you see, and you can reach out to Sudharma, telling her that, let's say, evaluator 2 is showing open. This might not be the most recent data, but this will give you much clarity in understanding which all roles might be open. Because the moment you are looking at it and going back to Sudharma saying that evaluator 2 is open for 16 January, Gauri might be looking at it at the same time and reaching out to Sudharma. So this is not updated in real time, but the most recent time, once in 2 days or once in 1 day. That is when we are updating it. You can look at it here and go back, just book your role with Sudharma. This will give you the meeting role takers data. That's about the 3 dashboards that we are maintaining from the Gabbys standpoint. You won't find these dashboards anywhere in any club, because this is something exclusive to Gabbys, where you can see your progress, how you're progressing, and you can get updates about meeting calendar. You can get updates about your educational awards and all these things. There are quite a few other sections on the website. Or do we have time for the same? Okay, we have got another meeting in another 4 minutes, but we'll still walk you through the website. I'll first start talking about the homepage. This is where you can feel proud about the Gabbys, what we are all about. And whenever you are doing something great, whenever you are getting facilitated with an award within club, outside, you will see the felicitations here. So far, you are seeing the contest winners. We keep on updating this section. Then this is about our upcoming contest, which is on 2nd of March. I see a mistake in the poster here. We'll update the team later. It's mentioned wrongly 4th of March, but it is on 2nd of March, Saturday. This is again information about the contest. You can go through it, who is the contest chair and what this contest represents. This is a little bit about the Gabbys. When do we meet? On 3 different days. In case you're confused about time, this is where you get to know that this is online mode, hybrid or online, and these are the times and days for whichever club. Although we are mentioning 3 different clubs, for you, it's any meeting that you want to attend, you can attend any of the meetings. You don't need to bother about the club names here. You just need to mention the correct name while filing your speech details. Next is your education awards. These are the people who have completed these levels in the past month, and that's where they get felicitated. This is for October and November. We will be updating December and January very soon. Then you will get to know about the leaders that we have at the Gabbys. All the details are here. The area directors as well as division directors and past district directors. And yes, a little bit about our hybrid meetings or fun meetings that we have had in the past. So you can scroll through it and see the pictures where we had fun, some dance pictures and all. Next is about us section. That's where meetings is the page where you get to know the meeting details, which is the next meeting, timer Zoom backgrounds. You can download your own Zoom background for that particular meeting and the meeting agenda. All of these are uploaded here. You just need to click it, and there you got the meeting agenda that Sourav was talking about. What is coming up next? We have got graduation ceremony, which is coming up next, and who are the chief guests. And you want to see previous meeting recordings, this is the YouTube channel link. Click here and it will take you to YouTube channel. That's on meetings page, all information regarding meetings. Priyamvada, yes, you have raised your hand.
Like I have already completed my level 1 in my previous club. So, but I'm starting again from zero. So I gave my icebreaker speech, and then I'm thinking about giving like all those speeches, but they're already approved in the dashboard. So will I have to like get them approved again, or what should I do?
If it's the same path and if it's the same level which has been approved previously in a different club, which means your educational award will not be filed from the Gabbys, you can definitely deliver your speeches as many times as you want. It's just you don't need to fill up the speech details form, because then it will not align with Toastmasters dashboard that we have. We want the data to be as accurate as what we have on Toastmasters website. And having said that, we don't want any kind of mismatch. You don't need to fill the speech details form. Only if you're filing the award from the Gabbys, the level from the Gabbys, then you fill up that form. But you can do as many speeches as you want. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Next one is members page. In case your data is not updated here on the members page, please feel free to reach out to me. You reach out to Bimpy. Bimpy is collecting everyone's details. You will see, I think I've added Priyambada's data already. These are all our members and their introductions, brief introduction, their lovely pictures, their names and their club names, which club they belong to. You'll find all the details here. So in case your detail is not yet added, please feel free to reach out to Bimpy. Bimpy is part of XCOM, and she will be helping you with collecting your details and sharing it with the right person so that we can upload it here well on time. Okay, that's about our Gabbys members. Next one is leadership team. This is where you will get to know your leadership team. This is the charter officers, and these are the new officers.
Correct.
The current officers for this term, Jan to June. This is where you will get to know for your particular club. In case you want to know, these are the names you need to reach out to. But other than that, we keep on communicating for a specific task, which are the people you need to reach out to. These are the metrics that speak about us. Speechcraft is, okay, I've covered all three. Speechcraft is where you get to know Speechcraft details. Next one is testimonials. Testimonials is a page you can go to. There are a couple of external members who have given some beautiful testimonials. Rewards and recognitions is a page dedicated specifically for our members. Like I said, all your accolades, we ensure that you get to display it on the website itself. So everything will be displayed here. Under achievement section. Resources, we have covered the dashboard part. Under resources, this is where you will find all our newsletters. Our newsletter is a plethora of information for you to go through what our members think. And we will be having one more newsletter soon. The announcements will be there. Do connect with the VPPR and share your content with the VPPR, and we will be launching Ubuntu 7.0 very soon. Meeting resources is where you get to know standing operating procedures. You can click on these and get a lot of documents. Editable evaluation form. In case your evaluation form is not editable, then you can go click here and fill up the evaluation form, that particular project. Speech details form is the same that I've already walked you through. Club member speech details form. You can find the link here as well. And Toastmasters dashboard. This is the dashboards which are provided by Toastmasters. These are not the ones that we are maintaining. These are being maintained by Toastmasters International, but we ensure that our dashboards are aligning well with Toastmasters dashboards. Next is Gabbys guest booklet. You can, in case you are talking about Gabbys to somebody else who is not a member of the Gabbys, you can share, you can click here, get the guest booklet downloaded and talk about it. Or in case you want to talk about Speechcraft to anyone, then Speechcraft booklet can be downloaded from here. So that's about the Gabbys website, and all our XCOM officers are putting in a lot of effort in maintaining the data that we have, in ensuring that we get the best out of whatever we are doing, not just in terms of public speaking or leadership, but holistically. So that's what Gabbys is all about. My laptop battery is about to die. That's about the Gabbys website, the dashboards, as well as how we are maintaining data. I'm going off audios. Over to you, Sourav.
Yeah, sorry. Officers, please stand by. We will start the ExCom meeting right after this. Just stay there. Yeah. Yeah, Gauri, you have a question? You're on mute.
So 2 questions. If I'm supposed to find any resource, for example, if I want to find the social speech resource, how can I find it on the website? Is it only if I choose that pathway and I have resources only to that pathway, or can I find any resource?
Technically, yes. That's how it's designed, that you will get access to the resource only if you selecting that particular path, not pathway. Okay, this is a fundamental mistake that we make. It is the path, all the 6 of the paths, and the pathways is the overall program. But anyways, if this one, but as I said, I am sharing with you on here now a particular file which will help you get access to all that you need for this one. So why am I not getting the option to send a file? Here, see. I'm sharing with you a file. I will just quickly show you how this file can be used. This will help you. Second, just let me pull this up. So I have shared a file on chat. It will open up soon. Please download and keep it, because you will not get to see this after the meeting. It will disappear. So I'll quickly share my screen and show that. Let me know if you can see my screen. So if you come here, you will see that all the path resources you can see. So for example, if you click on the innovative planning, it will take you to this one. If you click on any of these, you can go to that particular evaluation resource, the project description here. Right? So that way you can see this. So this file will be very handy for anything that you want to do from that standpoint.
Okay. And secondly, I was going through the website and I came across the term Talk Up Toastmasters. What is that?
So Talk Up Toastmasters, Smedley Toastmasters Award, and the other one is the Beat the Clock. These are the 3 membership building awards given by Toastmasters International. So these are very prestigious awards. These are global awards. So the Gabbys has won all the 3 awards in the last 2 years. And hence the Gabbys is one of the super clubs. A super club is a club which has won all the awards, all these 3 awards. These are global membership awards given for adding 5 members in a particular window. So Smedley is given for adding 5 members in the window of 1st of August to 30th of September. Talk Up is given for adding 5 members in the window of 1st of February to 31st of March. And Beat the Clock is given for adding 5 members in the window of 1st of May to 30th of June.
Thank you.
Sharon, you had a question?
Yes, we are learning a lot out here at the Gabbys, and we are meeting online, and it's not just only learning, like we get to know a lot of people, meet people, make friends. Is there any such thing that, okay, you'll meet maybe once a year, in person? That's when you really feel that, oh, you are into a group I mean, is there any such thing?
We meet every week in person, actually, on every Saturday. So right now we are having the first 3 meetings in person plus online. So we do it in a hybrid mode. See, one of the things that the Gabbys have agreed on is that we will never ever do something which is purely in person, because that would be like depriving certain members who are not in that particular city, right? If we do it in Bangalore, then how does a Rayana Rodriguez or a Sudharma Pereira attend that?
No, I
But
mean, once a year, like say once or 6 months, something like that. I'm asking.
we
Because
definitely
I also stay in Mumbai, I cannot come to Bangalore. So I'm just asking just a general question. That's it.
we do, for example, the club yearly celebration, the annual celebration on the club charter day. That is something that we do. We used to do once in a year when we had one club, then twice in a year when we had two clubs. Now we'll do thrice in a year. But again, those also will be hybrid. So which means that we will be doing at an in-person location, but we will also have arrangements to telecast everything so that all of you can connect wherever you are. And we have a lot of fun. Go and check the photos that Nancy talked about. So it's kind of crazy. We dance, we sing. Nagesh sings karaoke where we can't hear him. I sing karaoke where you can't tolerate me. So all of those things happen.
Yeah, because meeting also in person once in a while is like fun. I mean,
Yes.
getting to know
Even
one
that.
another
So
and enjoy,
remember, the
obviously.
first 3 Saturday meetings of the Gabbys is in person, which we do in Kodmangla, in Indiranagar in Bangalore. Okay, any other questions from anyone? Any of the new members? There is still a lot that we will uncover. I think this is the max that you can soak in and the max that we can impart in 2 hours. I hope it was a productive use of your time. Welcome to the Gabbys. You're all set to get your journey started. Well, the first things first, please select your path before the end of this week. That's an immediate requirement, because unless you select your path, particularly for speech crafters, we can't mark your level as complete. So it is very, very important that you select your path before the end of this week. That's the immediate priority. Any difficulty in doing that, please contact me and I will help you with that. This is an absolutely first requirement.
In selecting the paths, sometimes 1, 2, 3, 4 wasn't in order. So it was 1, 3, 2. Does that mean that supposing 1 is communication and 3 is leadership and 2 is interpersonal? And if a path says 1, 3, 2, does it mean the importance of
No, it says that that particular competency comes from that path. But as I said, because of it's a 6th path now instead of 11, so it's much more simpler. Look at this list that Nancy has shared. As I said, if your target is leadership plus public speaking, select one of the 2, one of the 4: dynamic leadership and motivational strategies, persuasive influence, or visionary communication. Which of these you will choose? For that, you'll see the mandatory projects that are there for these paths. Whichever projects you can resonate with most, you think you can use most at your work, select that particular path. If your goal is to only develop your communication skills and you don't have a leadership goal in Toastmaster, and you consider yourself to be a fairly proficient speaker, select engaging humor. If you are a starter, or if you have got some issues like glossophobia or stuttering or stammering, then in that case, select presentation mastery. So that's simple. Corey, does that answer your question?
No, but I think I'm just taking in a lot of time. There was this screen that you had shown where all the paths were written on the left side, and on top was written communication, interpersonal, leadership. 5 things on top and 11 paths here.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some of them just said 1 and 5.
So
Some
the
said,
ones which said 1 and 5 are presentation mastery and
I got that. I mean, some
engaging.
said 1, 3, 2 in that order instead of 1, 2, 3. Does the sequence mean anything?
No, the sequence does not mean anything. It's just a legend. So 1, 3, 5 means that those attributes of 1, 3, 5 means it will cover strategic leadership, it will cover interpersonal skills, not interpersonal skills, public speaking, strategic leadership, and confidence. If there is a 2, it means it was talking about interpersonal relationships, interpersonal skills.
Got it.
No, there's no, it's not sequence. It's not in an ascending or a descending order. Any other questions from anyone? There will be a lot more questions when you start doing it. Please reach out to us. Thank you so much for your time. Welcome to the Gabbys, and let's have fun, because we learn best when we have fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
All the
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's for now.